Railbookers. So my name is Elizabeth Spangenberg, and I'm one of the business development executives with Railbookers, and I will be your host today. I will spend some time explaining who we are, what we do, and our top life on board European rail vacations with Railbookers vacation packages. Most importantly, I will discuss some of the advantages that you have by booking through Railbookers, which isn't available anywhere else in the marketplace today. But before we get started, if you guys have a pen and paper handy, please take note of our reservations telephone number at the bottom of your screen, along with our website at www.railbookers.com. Don't forget to download your customizable flyers and other helpful handouts. If you have any questions throughout this presentation, please put them in the question box below, and I will provide you all an answer at the end of this presentation in order. So who are we? Yankee Holidays is one of our first brands, established 46 years ago in 1972. In 2007, Yankee Leisure Group was formed as we were managing multiple brands. Today we have three distinct brands: Yankee Holidays, Amtrak Vacations, and Railbookers. You could almost think of us as five brands when you consider Via Rail Vacations and Eurostar Vacations by Railbookers. Respectively, we had some good fortune. Every year has been our best year ever for the past 7 years. That includes this year, as we are expecting double-digit growth in 2019, making it our next best year ever. Actually, we're going to be shooting for 2020 for those double digits. Just 7 years ago, Yankee Leisure Group was based solely in the Boston area. Today, we do have offices in Southern California, where I'm in, London and Beverly, Massachusetts, Sydney, Australia, and now Canada. So in 2019, we've been noticed as Rail Operator of the Year, Travel Weekly, Reader's Choice Awards, and British Travel Awards 2019 for Best Rail Holiday Company, just to name a few. So we've been featured in numerous magazines, such as Travel Leisure, Forbes magazine, Lonely Planet, USA Today, Travel Weekly, Daily Mail, just to name a few. Also, we've been featured on Wheel of Fortune, which is kind of cool. So we do, it's one of the prizes when you spin, if you get on there, and it says Railbookers, you win one of our most popular packages. So actually this month, January 17th through 25th, we will be on on Wheel of Fortune. So if there's any of you guys out there that watch Wheel of Fortune, stay tuned. So Railbookers has been serving the UK and Australian market since 2003, but we just introduced Railbookers to the US market at the end of 2017 and to the Canadian market in 2019. Now you guys see all those colors right there? Those are all the different rail systems, and just in Europe, and none of them talk to each other. But guess what? We have direct contracts with all of them. Now, right now, we're announcing our New Year, New Deal Splash Sale. So right now, you guys can save up to $500 off per couple. That's huge savings. So why travelers love Railbookers? Let's just go through a couple of these few points. We are a one-stop shop for rail, accommodations, activities, transfers, ferries, and intercity transportation. Our rail experts can provide an instant quote and advise the best train routes. We have an average hold time to reach our rail experts in just 3 seconds. We have a wonderful global guest relations team that are ready to assist you with any pre-travel whilst on your trip. We have, like I said, direct partnerships with rail systems worldwide. There's also room to roam on board the trains. If the train goes there, so do we. We take the mystery out of rail travel. So what exactly is a rail vacation, you ask? Well, a rail vacation is one, we provide rail journeys, we provide sightseeing tours, we have hand-picked hotels and accommodations, we provide transfers and ferries, so we can actually arrange airport transfers and ferries. So if you want airport to your hotel. And in some locations, we can actually have transfers actually to the train stations or to the train stations and then back to the hotel. We also do day trips and activities and so much more. Now with Railbookers, you are able to get your rail tickets with scheduling up to 24 months in advance. That is 2 years in advance, while most train schedules are only 90 days out. Now with Railbookers, you can create the perfect train vacation from start to finish. So this is how we can customize your rail vacation. So customizing your train vacation means you have the ability to build the exact journey you want and nothing you don't. So when you go up to our website and see our packages, those are all customizable. So you can add on days or nights. For example, go beyond the port cities. So you can add extra nights in your iconic destinations to the front and back of your trip beyond the port of call while checking multiple destinations off your bucket list. Now, here are some of our employees here. We're all rail experts. Our rail specialists are here at Railbookers. They are rail experts since we actually experience our rail vacation packages to destinations all over the world through Railbookers. So we clearly are rail experts, rail specialists in all of our departments, and so we can help you with anything, any of the questions that you may have in regarding rail journeys. Um, you know, we try to answer any question that we possibly can. Thank you. So here we have one of our most popular packages, Dublin, Killarney, and Galway. So you'll unearth the treasures of these three Irish gems on a holiday through the Emerald Isle by rail. From the historic monuments of the capital city, Dublin, to the unparalleled natural beauty of the Ring of Kerry and the cliffs of Moher. Spend 8 days exploring coastlines and countryside, lakes and landmarks with comfortable train journeys between destinations. Now, once in Dublin, a little bit about Dublin. Dublin's the Irish capital city. You can explore the imposing St. Patrick's Cathedral, which dates back to 1191 AD, or you can learn about the Emerald Isle's history at the National Museum of Ireland. You can explore Dublin while on your trip with a hop-on, hop-off bus tour, creating a personalized sightseeing experience. You can visit the Dublin Zoo, the GAA Museum, Old Jameson Distillery, and so much more. You can also spend your evening in a temple bar sampling authentic cuisine and indulging in some good old-fashioned craig at one of the numerous traditional pubs. By the way, when the Irish say they are indulging in some good craig, it has a completely different meaning than good crack in the US. They mean some good times and laughs. But you can also visit Blarney Castle in Cork on a spectacular scenic day trip, traveling through the verdant landscapes of the Irish countryside to the historic site of Blarney Castle, world famous for its enchanting Blarney Stone, which supposedly gives those who kiss at the gift of the gab. I think I may have recharged the rock when I kissed it. Anyways, just kidding. So let's talk about Irish Rail. Now, Irish Rail, these trains are a relaxing way to get around Ireland with beautiful views. Most trains throughout Ireland are intercity trains. This train includes onboard Wi-Fi, and if you upgrade to first class, it includes electronically adjustable seats. While on board, your stewardess will pass through the train with a trolley offering a range of snacks such as sandwiches, hot and cold beverages, cakes and pastries, and confectioneries. In addition to the trolley service, hot snacks will be available from the buffet bar on selected services. So first class on this rail, there actually is no first class. So on most of the routes, it's very rare. However, when traveling on the Irish Rail, your luggage must be kept with you at all times. They are not liable for any loss or damage to passengers' personal luggage. All the intercity and commuter trains have adequate luggage facilities ranging from the overhead racks above your head, luggage racks at the carriage's end, so end of the carriage, and in between seat spaces. Luggage must not obstruct platforms, passageways, aisles, or prohibit entry or exit to and from the train. And obviously, seats are not for luggage. So Killarney is a famous stop in the spectacular Ring of Kerry, which you will have the chance to discover today. On your full-day tour, you will acquaint yourself with the magnificent natural beauty of one of Ireland's crowning gems, exploring McGillicuddy Reeks, the sandy shores of Dingle Bay, and the wonderful coastal views of Kenmore Bay. You'll then pass through the wonderful national park along the way and admire the sparkling lakes of Killarney. Do not forget your camera. I did that once, and yeah, that was just not good. So you'll travel to Galway. You'll travel along Ireland's railroad tracks from Killarney to Galway. In Galway, you will explore the quirky boutiques and galleries along the cobbled lanes of the Latin Quarter and head to the 18th century era square for an evening meal accompanied by some traditional Irish folk music. Galway is just a stone's throw from the cliffs of Moher, one of Ireland's most enduringly popular attractions. Join a professional guide for the journey through tiny fishing villages, traveling past ancient Dagwire Castle and admiring Burin, where striking limestone scenery is reminiscent of the moon's surface. You can take your time strolling along the hiking trails and cliff paths, marveling at Celtic crosses, and perhaps enjoying a pint of Gus O'Connor's pub, one of Ireland's most popular famous watering holes. Now, just to recap this package that we offer, it's an 8-day, one country, 7 meals, train journeys starting at $849 per person. This is 7 nights with hotel accommodations with breakfast. Your rail travel is in standard class throughout. There is a Dublin pass with a hop-on, hop-off tour, a full-day tour of the Ring of Kerry, plus Killarney Lakes and National Parks, and the Cliffs of Moher day trip from Galway. Now here you have Venice, Florence, and Rome package. This is by far one of our most popular packages. You'll explore Italy's historic cities and enjoy the beautiful passing scenery from the comfort of your train seat along the way. You'll spend a couple of nights in each city admiring the stunning architecture, the incredible art galleries, and delicious cuisine. Transfer between cities by high-speed train as a magnificent Italian countryside unfolds past your window. I just wanted to also note that when you do, when you're looking at our packages online, when you pop up the little package, you'll notice that it says 2 nights. See the circle there means 2 nights in Venice, 2 nights in Florence, 2 nights in Rome. These are awesome, customizable, so you can change the nights that you would like. If you like to say, let's say 2 nights in Venice, and then 3 nights in Florence and 3 nights in Rome, something like that. Absolutely, we could do that as well. And if there's other types of sightseeing that you would like to do, absolutely. So it's all customizable, and we can even build it from scratch. Yeah, once you're in Venice, you'll check into your hotel for a 2-night stay before setting out to acquaint yourself with the classic Italian city. You'll stroll down the banks of the shimmering canals and discover the magnificent architecture that lines the cobbled streets and square. Come this evening and relax at an outdoor trattoria by the sparkling lagoon, or why not head to Harry's Bar to try a delectable Bellini in the cocktail's birthplace. The following day, spend a full day exploring Venice. Discover the city's hidden gems and highlights on a walking tour, and take an iconic, relaxing gondola ride included with your vacation. You will also have a skip-the-line access to Doge's Palace and St. Mark's Basilica, two of the city's most popular monuments. Now, according to Venetian tradition, the couple riding in gondolas should kiss under each bridge and they will remain in love forever. Just saying. That's what they say. So Trenitalia, this is the train that you guys will be traveling on while in Italy. So the efficiency and speed of the Trenitalia train system within Italy has made flying between cities unnecessary. Italy's excellent national train network operates thousands of trains per day, connecting every major city in the country, including Rome, Venice, Florence, and Milan via high-speed lines, as well as over 200 regional destinations, just to name a few, including Lake Como, Cinque Terre, Sorrento, and the Amalfi Coast, via intercity and regional lines. So it's entirely possible to visit all of your favorite Italian destinations from top to toe in one train journey. Now, the Trenitalia has 4 different classes. These classes are, let me tell you, standard class. The standard class offers a wonderful value for travelers on a budget but seeking a comfortable train journey. It features 2-to-2 seating and a catering trolley for the purchase of food, hot and cold beverages, and alcohol. Then we have premium class. That is a higher level of comfort and services than the standard level of service. So it features 2-to-2 seating, reclining leather armchairs, a welcome service that includes a snacks, choice of beverages, and a complimentary morning newspaper. Your choice of dining options, alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, and meals served directly to your seat. Now, in business class, this is ideal for travelers seeking the comfort, luxury, and high-speed train of a Trenitalia train. It features 1-to-2 seating, reclining leather armchairs, welcome service such as a snack, choice of beverage, and a complimentary morning newspaper. Your choice of dining options include an alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, crystal partitions for increased privacy. There is silence area for an extra layer of peace and quiet. It's dedicated seats for disabled persons and meals served directly to your seat. And then last but not least, we have our executive class. So that's located in the first car of the train. Executive class features the highest standards of quality with a redesigned carriage. You can relax in style and route to your destination. It features a 100-degree rotating leather reclining chair, as you can see right there to the lower left. And it has adjustable leg rest, dedicated attendant conference room, fee access to the Freccia Lounge in train stations prior to boarding. A gourmet meal is served directly to your seat. There's an open bar and complimentary magazines and newspapers. And then you'll spend 2 days at your leisure in Florence, and you're going to start with a skip-the-line passes to the Uffizi Gallery, home of famous Renaissance masterpieces such as Botticelli's Birth of Venus and Michelangelo's Doni Tondo. You will also be able to discover the city's rich history and culture with a knowledgeable guide on a walking tour through the pretty winding streets of the city. While in Florence, be sure to sample some authentic Tuscan cuisine, including a glass of wine from the hills that surround the city. After dinner, enjoy a Florentine gelato, considered by many to be the best in the world. The following day, you will then ride on the Trenitalia again, and this will be about an hour-and-a-half ride to Rome. Now, upon arriving in Rome, check-in at your hotel for a 2-night stay. Start using your 48-hour hop-on hop-off pass straight away to travel around the city. You'll marvel at the ancient walls of the Colosseum, take in the dazzling views from the rooftop terrace at the Capitoline museums, and be sure to visit the famous Spanish Steps before heading to the Piazza de España for a spot of shopping. After breakfast the next day, you'll enjoy a full day exploring Rome together with your 48-hour hop-on hop-off pass. Discover the wonders of the Eternal City at your own pace, perhaps taking a trip to Vatican City to explore the museums and marvel at the ornate ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Explore the heritage of ancient Rome with a visit to the Roman Forum, and why not speak to us about actually organizing a walking tour? Come the evening, be sure to visit the Trevi Fountain to throw your coins, and the architecture is quite spectacular when lit up in the evening. Also, I just want to mention, if you do decide to ever go to Rome, I would highly suggest to get the Skip the Line Vatican and Sistine Chapel tour, because otherwise, if you don't, that line goes literally around the corner, and especially in the summertime, it's really hot. Now, just to recap, Venice, Florence, and Rome, it's a 7-day, 1 country, 8 meals, and 2 train journey, starting at $749 per person. Also, don't forget about our flash sale right now, where you can save up to $500 per couple. You'll explore this iconic attractions of Venice, including the winding canals and St. Mark's Square. You'll discover the plethora of exquisite museums and art galleries on offer in Florence. And then, of course, you'll throw a coin in the famous Trevi Fountain and climb the historic Spanish Steps in Rome. Now, this is one of our most popular packages. This is the Scenic Switzerland from Zurich or Basel, actually, if you're doing a pre or post cruise. This is an all-encompassing 8-night rail odyssey of Switzerland. Takes in the best this wonderful country has to offer. You're going to start with a 2-night stay in Grand St. Moritz, from where you take a ride on board the stunning Bernina Express train. You'll then take the spectacular Glacier Express train to historical Zermatt for 2 nights, and then you'll enjoy the iconic Matterhorn Mountain via the Gornergrat Cog Railway. You'll then travel to Lakeside Lausanne for a relaxing night before continuing your journey along the GoldenPass Line to the traditional Swiss town of Lucerne. You'll then enjoy 3 nights here with day trips on the world's steepest cogwheel train line on Mount Pilatus, and then you'll also go to the highest railway station in Europe on board the Jungfrau Railway. Now, welcome to Switzerland. On arrival, like I said, in either Zurich or Basel, make use of your 8-day Swiss pass. I just want you guys to know that these Swiss passes are golden. So for the scenic rail journey to historic St. Moritz, and check in at your hotel for a 2-night stay. You'll take a relaxing stroll around the lake and enjoy the chic town itself. The first real alpine holiday destination for the international jet set. St. Moritz is said to enjoy some of the freshest air in Europe and is the official home of alpine sports. So your visit might even coincide with a tobogganing race down the historical Cresta Run, which dates back to 1885, or the city center ice skating ring in the summer. At night, enjoy some of the classic glitz and glamour of the St. Moritz Casino. Now, the SBB Swiss regional trains, they are quick, frequent, and very efficient. Within Switzerland, aside from the scenic trains like the Glacier and Bernina Express, there are no seat reservations. Most of our packages include the Swiss Pass, which allows you to travel on any train you want. However, we will provide suggested train times to best suit your to best suit you while on your travels. So the Swiss Travel Pass is available for 3, 4, 8, or 15 days. So again, these Swiss passes, they are golden, so you can use them in so many ways. You don't have to have seat reservations on the train. You just show your Swiss pass, and you can go at any time. It's not a set schedule. So it gives you that freedom, and you can go at your leisure. Also, it can accommodate you on boat rides, buses, museums, discounts on all kinds of things. So if you are only needing point-to-point tickets, you still have the flexibility to travel at any time during the ticketed day on that route. For example, if your itinerary has a ticket from Lucerne to Geneva, you can depart on any of these scheduled trains that day. Generally, the tickets are through tickets, which also means you can also break up the journey with a stopover. Perhaps you might want to stop over in Bern, which is an adorable little town. So after breakfast, you will be embarking on one of the world's most famous train lines south into Italy. The Bernina Express is a spectacular journey from the snow-capped heights of the Alps and the Bernina Pass itself, down into the lush Paschiavo Valley and vineyards surrounding Tirano. A stop is made for a traditional pizza in Tirano before returning north again on the Bernina Express to melt away into the awe-inspiring scenery, which changes drastically in the afternoon light. Make sure your camera batteries are fully charged because you are guaranteed to capture some amazing shots from the comfort of the panoramic carriages of the train. Now, while on board the Bernina Express, you have the choice of first class. Those offers are panoramic windows, which are more spacious and quieter. There are 3 seats across, and trolley service serving snacks are available. On the second class, this also has the panoramic windows with 4 seats across with trolley service serving snacks as well. There's no luggage limit on board. A luggage goes in a special luggage rack near the outside doors, and it's advised that you do take your valuables to your seat with you. Now, on board the Glacier Express. Today, you're going to enjoy the full splendor of Switzerland's most famous journeys, the Glacier Express. Early in the journey, the train cruises over the impressive La Doissard Viaduct, which is a marvel of Swiss engineering from a bygone era. This train is otherwise known as the slowest express train in the world, with an average speed of 24 miles per hour, and winds its way over numerous high passes and meanders past many small Swiss lakes and villages until pulling up into Zermatt nearly 8 hours after departure. So the Glacier Express, just a little fun fact, the Glacier Express actually had its first travel on June 25th in 1930. Also, the Rhine Gorge is also known as the Grand Canyon of Switzerland. Also, the Glacier Express does go through the Matterhorn. Also, the Glacier Express has a glacier bar which serves drinks in a tilted glass. So you drink, so your drink won't spill when you're going up and down those steep climbs and mountain passes. Now, accommodations on board, both first and second and excellent class, they all have panoramic windows. So first class has more space than second class. It is actually a single or double seats and has fewer people per car, food service car, and concierge taking orders throughout the aisles. Now in second class, it's comfortable double seats with sufficient legroom. There's a food service car and concierge taking orders throughout the aisles as well. Now, in excellent class, as you see the picture on the right with the 2 people enjoying over a glass of wine, these are guaranteed window seats. It's complimentary services. There's exclusive access to the Glacier Bar. You also receive a tablet. There's a concierge throughout, luggage transport in dedicated lockable sections aboard. This runs throughout the year other than November and early December. The bring to core is the most popular portion. Now, lying in the shadow of the Matterhorn and almost entirely surrounded by mountains, Zermatt is traditional alpine gem. The village is car-free, so the best way to get in is by train. It's usually along a portion of the famous Glacier Express route. So Zermatt is a great base for exploring the local area, and a trip up to the summit of the Gornergrat by rack railway is a must. You take one of the many cable cars and chairlifts up into the mountains for skiing or walking, or visit the Matterhorn Museum for a history of the surrounding area, including the story of the first ill-fated attempts to scale the Matterhorn in 1865. Now, the Gornergrat is 3,089 meters. It's one of those places that everyone should visit at least once in a lifetime. The mountain panorama and the glorious views of the Matterhorn are unforgettable. The Gornergrat was the world's first fully electrified cog railway. Today, it is a modern, eco-friendly railway equipped with a regenerative braking system that generates electricity on the descent, and so it actually saves energy. Sorry. So, sorry about that. Europe's highest open-air cog railway brings passengers direct from Zermatt station to the summit of the Gornergrat 365 days a year. So this ride takes 33 minutes and requires a vertical climb of 1,469 meters. The line leads over dramatic bridges, through galleries and tunnels, across forests of larch and Swiss-stone pine, and past rocky ravines and mountain lakes. The panorama among the finest of the world. So the views take in the Monte Rosa with Switzerland's highest peak, the second largest glacier in the Alps, the Gorner Glacier, and a total of 29 mountains above 4,000 meters, including, of course, the Matterhorn in all its glory. Now, at the summit station on the Gornergrat, visitors find Europe's highest altitude hotel. So there is a hotel all the way up at the top. It's the 3100 Calm Hotel Gornergrat. The facilities, when you get up there, include a restaurant, an astronomical observatory, and attractive shops. So you can also even take the same route back down to Zermatt, where you can enjoy the numerous small bars and restaurants on the car-free roads of this beautiful village in Zermatt. Now, Lausanne. Make the most of your Swiss pass by traveling to Lucerne at a time of your choosing. So the journey is around 3 hours, and it will involve a simple change of trains in Visp. So you'll enjoy some wonderful views across Lake Geneva, and then you'll get around the city easily, as Lucerne is the smallest city in the world to have a metro. Lausanne is also the home of the International Olympic Committee, and the Olympic Museum is well worth a visit. The handy funicular makes easy work of the steep slope from the town of the lakeside and its quiet restaurants, which are a wonderful option for dinner. I myself went to the Olympic Museum. We actually just stumbled upon it. It wasn't something that we offered before, but now we do because we stumbled upon it, which was really cool. And so we just showed our Swiss pass and we just walked right in, and it was so much fun. It has all kinds of all the torches from all the different countries. You can actually touch them. They had interactive, really cool activities you can do. So it was really a wonderful museum and something you should definitely not miss if you are in Lausanne. Now, the GoldenPass Line. You'll enjoy breakfast at your hotel before taking the short hop to Montreux, from where you aboard the GoldenPass train. This line rises steeply at first, passing sloping back gardens to one side and amazing views of Lake Geneva and the Swiss Riviera on the other. The train passes through a mountain tunnel before continuing on before peaking at its highest point of 4,179 feet before pulling into Zweisman, where the lines changes and so do the trains. From here, the train follows the Seine Valley down into Interlaken between Lakes Thun and Brienz, and from here makes one final change onto a train to Lucerne. Now the route, you can travel actually from Lucerne to Montreux, or you can go the other way around. Now the Golden Pass, this was something that I just absolutely fell in love with. You will be seated comfortably in one of our legendary panoramic trains or our classic trains. Let yourself marvel as the magnificent scenery unfolds. You can follow the seasons throughout year between Lake Geneva and the Bernese Oberland. The Golden Pass Line is an extraordinary journey in 3 different trains. So with a panoramic view of breathtaking scenery. It's a never-ending spectacle of 3 mountain passes, the famous 4,000-meter alpine peaks, 8 lakes, and unforgettable excursions. This is one journey you definitely do not want to miss. And I can vouch for that because I did this as well, and it was absolutely breathtaking. On the route, for the Golden Pass from Montreux to Zweisman, that's when you will be on one of these trains. So the lower left is the classic Golden Pass train, and the ones you see above, that is the panoramic Golden Pass train. I took both of them. For me, I really love the classic train on the lower left because it really had a feel of the VSOE, the Venice Oriental Express, with all of its dark wood inside of the actual train with the elegant seating as well. So it was quite lovely. Now, on the shores of Lake Lucerne and close to some of the highest peaks of the Swiss Alps, Lucerne is a German-speaking Swiss city and idyllic location. There's plenty of classic Swiss architecture to see, from half-timbered houses of the old town to the elegant spires of the city's churches and the medieval wooden bridges. You discover the wonderful Chapel Bridge, which doubles as an art gallery displaying illustrations of local history from the 1600s, and leads to an imposing 700-year-old water tower, once part of the city's walls. In the summer, take the world's steepest cogwheel railway up to Mount Pilatus. Now, today you'll enjoy a golden round trip that will take you to the most spectacular spots on the Pilatus and to the summit by boat, cogwheel railway, aerial cableway, and panorama gondolas. First, enjoy a scenic hour steam cruise on Lake Lucerne to Alpnestad, where you then take the 30-minute ride, which has an average gradient of 35%. The Cogwheel Railway operates between May and November, whilst at other times you can reach the top via a spectacular aerial gondola and cableway. This is the world's steepest cogwheel train to Alpnestad. Now, at the top, you'll find the historic Pilatus Kulm Hotel and restaurant where you can enjoy refreshments, or you can enjoy one of the numerous walking trails. Now, after soaking up the wonderful views, you'll make your way back down the mountain via the draw-dropping gondola and cable car to Kriens and a short bus ride to Lucerne. Now, Jungfraubahn, this icy air streams across your face, snow crunches under your feet, and the view nearly takes your breath away. Standing on the Jungfrau Joch, 3,050 54 meters above sea level, you can actually feel it with your first step. This is definitely a different world. It's an absolute must experience. Now, after breakfast, you're going to take the short hop to Interlaken, where you will board the historic railway line to Europe's highest railway station. The Jungfrau Mountain is sandwiched between the huge peaks of the Monk and Eiger Mountains, and the Jungfrau Railway, that line runs the final 9 kilometers in a tunnel through these two mountains from where you can see, you can still enjoy the spectacular views through windows built into the mountainside. So it's hard to comprehend how such a railway was built in such harsh conditions as they are here in winter, particularly back in the early 1900s when this line was actually opened. Once you reach the top, however, you can only marvel in awe at the amazing view, which on a clear day can be as far as the Black Forest of Germany and France. There is an ice sculpture gallery and the opportunity to take a walk on a glacier, as well as restaurant and what is believed to be the world's highest chocolate shop. Now, on your way back down the mountain, the route takes you through the village of Lauterbrunnen, from where you get a good view of a gorgeous waterfall and enjoy your final evening in medieval lakeside Lucerne. So when coming down, you want to make sure you've got your camera ready or you've got your video ready, so you can catch that beautiful waterfall down the mountain. Now, just to recap our package of Scenic Switzerland from Zurich, it's 9 days, 1 country, 8 meals, and 9 train journey, and it's starting at $2,149 per person. It's one of the world's most scenic rail journeys on board the Bernina Express. You'll enjoy the spectacular Glacier Express through the mountainous heart of Switzerland. You'll enjoy amazing Matterhorn views from the Cog Railway, beautiful scenery of the GoldenPass Railway, alpine adventure via boat, cable car, or the world's steepest cog railway to the top of Mount Pilatus. There's also the highest railway station in Europe atop the world famous Jungfrau Railway. Now, one of our most popular packages is Grand Barcelona, Seville, and Madrid. You'll discover the treasures of Spain on the 8-night vacation by rail. You'll travel from Gaudi, Barcelona, southwest to Seville, ending your journey in Madrid. Enjoy included guided tours of historic monuments, including the Alcazar in Seville and the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona. You'll discover the main attractions and hidden gems of each city you visit with hand-picked included extras, and get ready to soak up some of the spectacular Spanish sunshine. Now, arriving in Barcelona today, you make your way to your hotel for a 3-night stay. Once you've settled in, why not head down to tree-lined Boulevard of Las Ramblas and mingle with the street performers and market stalls? It's a quintessential experience in the city. You'll make the most of sunshine with a relaxing stroll along one of the city's beaches, and don't miss a chance to indulge in some tasty tapas for dinner. It's a great way to easily get between the sights of the city is by your included city sightseeing hop-on hop-off tour valid for 48 hours. The open-top bus gives visitors panoramic views and running commentary on board. So you can hop on and hop off on the bus at any time to explore the top attractions of the city on the 3 different routes. The next day, after breakfast, you're going to spend another full day at your leisure in the city. Why not head to the Picasso's Museum for some artistic indulgence, and be sure to visit Gaudi's iconic and still to this day unfinished Sagrada Familia, one of the city's most famous attractions. Included in your vacations is a priority access Sagrada Familia tour, allowing you to have quick access to the cathedral and to discover its history with a guided 1.5-hour tour. You'll also visit the museum to learn more about the history of the building and to see a range of related artifacts. Don't forget to check out the views of the city when you ride in the elevator to the top. Now, Renfe AVE, you'll enjoy the ease of train travel in Spain on board this Renfe train that will take you on a smooth and scenic experience to your destination from Barcelona to Seville and Madrid and beyond. If you would like to add another destination to this particular package, of course, once again, we customize everything. So if you want to go to Cordoba, you can actually add that on too. So the accommodations on board of Renfe AVE are Turista, which is economy. Then you have Turista Plus, and then Preferente. So that's like first class. So Turista and Turista Plus, they both have power sockets and air conditioning. There are no meals on the Turista and Turista Plus. On the Preferente, you have reclining leather seats, power sockets, lounge access at Madrid, Barcelona, Seville, and Cordoba, and the other major stations. All trains have a cafe bar serving hot and cold snacks, meals, beer, and wine. Now, then you will check out of your hotel in Barcelona and travel to Seville, passing orange groves along the way. Once you arrive in this beautiful city, you will have a 2-night stay surrounded by the boasting ancient architecture and orange groves. Perhaps you'll stroll the narrow streets of Santa Cruz, the city's historic Jewish quarter. The tangled maze of narrow streets are so close that you can touch both walls with your hands, and it's the medieval heart of Seville. You may choose to visit the Royal Alcazar Palace, which dates back to 913 AD. Seville's beautiful Royal Palace is the oldest in Europe, and that it's still in use. This enormous palace and garden complex is a stunning mix of Islamic and Christian elements and one of Seville's biggest highlights. Seville is blessed with year-round sunny weather. In fact, there is an average of only 80 days of rain every year. As the sunniest city in Europe, Seville is home to some of Europe's most colorful and best fiestas. Oh, and Seville is one of the best places to try traditional and gourmet tapas. From old school drinking joints and traditional dishes to the gourmet tapas bars that have sprung up in the last few years, your palates are sure to be inspired. Now, welcome to Madrid. On arrival, check into your hotel for an overnight stay and begin exploring this vibrant city. Perhaps take a stroll to the Plaza Mayor, where you can relax and people watch at one of many cafes lining the square. Marvel at the stunning architecture of the bakery house, which dominates the area, or just soak in the lively atmosphere. Madrid is renowned for its many art galleries. Of Madrid's 3 famous museums, the Prado is the most celebrated and provided access to the 8,600 paintings and 700 sculptures inside. You may choose to visit the Archaeological Museum and the Palacio de Crystal Park. The National Archaeological Museum contains a wealth of exhibits from Spain and beyond, ranging in dates from prehistoric to Renaissance times. One of the most popular exhibits is an underground replica of the prehistoric cave paintings discovered in northern Spain in 1868. The Palacio de Cristal, or Crystal Palace, is one of the finest examples of iron architecture in Madrid. The metal and glass structure was built in 1887 and was originally planned as a gigantic greenhouse to contain tropical plants, but today it is used for exhibitions. As you can see here, there is plenty to see and to do in Madrid. So let's just recap Grand Barcelona, Seville, and Madrid. It's a 9-day, 1 country, 8 meals, 2 train journey starting at $1,649 per person. It is an 8-night accommodations with breakfast, first class train travel as specified in the itinerary, skip the line, Barcelona, Sagrada Familia tour, Barcelona hop-on, hop-off tour, hop-on, hop-off bus passes in Seville and Madrid, the Skip the Line Alcazar guided tour in Seville, tapas and wine tasting tour in Madrid, and a Skip the Line Prado Museum tour in Madrid. That sounds fantastic. Next, we have our Grand Berlin, Prague, Vienna, and Budapest. So discover 4 imperial capital cities in one fantastic vacation by train. Travel through Germany, the Czech Republic, Austria, and Hungary by high-speed train, taking in wonderful views while en route. With city passes, hop-on, hop-off tours, skip the line passes, and exciting extras all included, you'll be able to get the most out of your stay in these wonderful destinations. Now, multifaceted, elegant, gritty, historic Berlin is an open historic textbook overflowing with a tangible history and things to do. Brightly hued fragments of the Berlin Wall bear political caricatures. The Fernsehturm, I can never say that word, Fernsehturm, TV tower pierces the skyline in the ornate architecture of times gone by Bedeck street corners around every turn. So in the past 25 years, the tangible and gritty history has paved the way for a vibrant, young, and cosmopolitan atmosphere rising up around it. What is visible today is a city where urban sprawl meets chic sophistication, where vast expanses of green envelope the streets, where Prussian palaces and neoclassical squares embroider the landscapes. Berlin is continually changing. Blink and you'll miss it. Now, you're a city. Your city is the train. It is actually abbreviated as EC trains. The trains themselves will vary slightly in appearance by country that assures comfort, speed, food service, and cleanliness while on board. Now, train through 2 or more countries. All cars are air conditioned. They stop only at stations serving major cities. The stop scheduled to last no more than 5 minutes, in special cases up to 15 minutes. Food and beverages are available on board, preferably from a dining car. Conductors speak at least 2 languages, one of which must be English, French, or German. The average speed on this train, including stops, is 56 miles per hour. Exceptions for routes include mountainous terrains and train ferries. Now here we are in lovely Prague. With its imposing castle, grand bridges, and beautiful cobbled old town, it's not surprising that Prague is considered one of the world's most romantic destinations. Nicknamed the City of 100 Spires, thanks to its steeple-woven skyline, the Czech capital is bisected by the Vltava River and simultaneously offers tranquil waterside beauty and a humming urban buzz. Unearth the waters of the UNESCO-listed Old Town, exploring narrow cobbled lanes, ornate churches, and grand open squares, including the main Old Town Square, where you can see the pretty astronomical clock, one of the oldest and most elaborate clocks ever built. Now, this is the Intercity train. This train is from Munich to Frankfurt, and it is also called the Deutsche Bahn. So it's the Intercity Deutsche Bahn ice train. Now, the accommodations on board this train would be standard. Standard has the plug sockets. First class has larger seats, more leg room, quiet environment, and the same plug sockets as standard. The first class has food and drink orders that would be taking. Actually, I'm sorry. Yes, actually. So in first class, it does have food and drink orders that are actually taken by the stewards and served at your seat. The seat reservations are compulsory on some trains and optional on others. We will always make a seat reservation for you guys and with the desired train times if it's available. Now, Vienna, with its imperial palaces, elegant fountains, grand squares, and tree-lined boulevards, it's not hard to see Vienna as the capital of empires spanning hundreds of years. The city center has been designed designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and offers a wealth of museums, fine palaces, and religious architectures. It's in a historic writing school in Vienna and one of the world's top opera houses. The city is a haven for lovers of art and music, with galleries offering everything from the old masters to contemporary exhibitions. Don't miss a slice of Sacher tort, accompanied by a traditional Viennese coffee at the Sacher Hotel. Now, Railjet is the train from Budapest to Austria and Munich. So, while on Railjet, the accommodations are, if you look at the lower left, that's open seating plan, which offers the power sockets, fixed or drop-down tables. First class is the upper left corner, reclining leather seats, power sockets, welcome drink, food and drink orders from the restaurant are served at your seat. Then there is also a business and premium first class, which is right there on the right side. It's half of one car is the business class of each train. So it has semi-compartments with reclining leather armchairs, footrests, and fold-out tables. It has power sockets, reading lights, welcome drink. Food and drink orders from the restaurant are received at your seat. Also, there is a bistro restaurant card on board with a small waiter service restaurant area, or you can take your food back to your seat. There's also Wi-Fi on board. And your luggage, there's no luggage limits, but customers have to carry it on board themselves. Budapest encapsulates Hungarian history on the picturesque bows of the mighty Danube River. The UNESCO-listed riverbanks ooze romance as warm light illuminates grandiose architecture after the sunset. There's exquisite thermal baths, built intricate buildings, and the city's burgeoning popularity as a European gem makes picturesque squares and winding streets hum with vibrancy and excitement. Bisected by the waterway, the city boasts two distinct halves. Traditional shops and restaurants embroider the narrow streets of hilly Buda, while urban center Pest plays host to the extravagant Parliament, Basilica, and Opera, all within a stone throw of each other. Now, just to recap, our Grand Berlin, Prague, Vienna, and Budapest. It's a 9-day, 4-country, 8-meal, 3-train journey, just starting price at $1,199 per person. I do know that this package, one of my coworkers went and did this exact package, and she said she couldn't believe how affordable it was there. So this trip highlights the rail travel in first class throughout, 8-night hotel accommodations with breakfast, Discover Berlin walking tour, Prague Pass hop-on hop-off tour, Vienna Pass including hop-on hop-off tour, and the Danube River cruise with drinks. So which rail vacation are you guys currently interested in? I hope I piqued some of your interest. Anyways, now here's a few of our customers' testimonials. Actually, my favorite one is that the third couple over to the right. I like it because this is so true. It's so much easier than flying. Using Railbookers made it simple to experience so many different areas and beautiful landmarks all in one trip. So I'm a big rail traveler, so I love to travel by train because while on the train, that is part of my vacation. That's part of it rather than flying everywhere. Even when in Europe, a lot of people fly from place to place. But if you can, it's so easy just to hop on a train. It's just part of your whole experience. And it's super scenic. And just other couple, these are actually real people that are traveled with us on Railbookers. So why travelers love Railbookers? Well, we're a one-stop shop for rail, accommodations, activities, transfer, ferries, and intercity transportation. Our rail experts can provide an instant quote and advise the best train routes. We have an average hold time to reach our rail experts in just 3 seconds. We have a great global guest relations team ready to assist anything pre-travel and whilst on your trip. We have direct partnerships with rail systems worldwide, room to roam on board the train. If the train goes there, so do we. We take the mystery out of rail travel. So if you're looking, are you looking right now to plan a trip? If so, just visit us at railbookers.com to find your perfect rail vacation, or just simply give us a call at 1-888-829-3040. And remember, there's only a 3-second hold time. And just a friendly reminder, don't forget about our once in a lifetime New Year flash sale with a savings up to $500 off per couple. Now we do have our everyday specials. If you want to save on your next vacation by rail, be sure to browse our current special offers at railbookers.com/special offers. Now, how to book, you ask? Well, I'm going to tell you. Just give us a call. Again, we have a 3-second hold time and the ability to live shop all the trains, hotels, and instantly give you a price quote right on the phone. And you'll also receive a customer-friendly PDF quote. Now, at this time, I just want to ask you guys if you have any questions about anything that I went over with you today on this webinar. So feel free to put it in the question box, and I'll answer it as given. Thanks. I know. I'm still new to this, so I'm trying to eliminate my uhs and ums. Sorry about that. My mom would kill me because she's an English teacher too. Yes, we do. Hi, Wayne. Thank you for chiming in. Do you offer any rail tours of Portugal? We absolutely do. So we can do, we can even, we have combinations and packages of Spain and Portugal. Or if you just want Portugal, we can do Lisbon, Porto. We have some wonderful packages if you just go check out our website, and we can also customize them for you as well. Hi, Joanne. Thank you. Great question. So Joanne's asking, how much is the deposit and when is the final payment due? The deposit is $250 per person, and the final payment is due 90 days prior to departure. And another great thing along the way, you can actually make payments until your departure date, your 90 days before departure. You just, you know, just call us. If you want to make a payment, we can absolutely do that for you. Hi, Lisa. Great question. So what is the minimum requirement for a Railbooker trip? Well, for a Railbooker trip to book with us, since we are a package company, we do require that you have at least one hotel night. With one hotel night, we can do all the rail you want. So for instance, if you already have something booked and you just want to do the rail, as long as we have that one hotel night, we can absolutely do it for you. Great question. Now, if any of you would like to order a brochure, you can go online and order, or you can simply give us a call and we can send you, we can mail you a brochure if you like. Now, if any of you joined late, that's no problem. Because you registered, automatically you will get an email either later on today or first thing tomorrow with the recorded version. So if you like, you can look at it at your leisure if you came in late. So if there aren't any more questions at this time, I'd just like to say thank you so much for joining my webinar. Next time, I will promise I will eliminate the uhs and the ums. So I do apologize for that. It could be nerves since I'm still new to this. Soon I'll be able to just freestyle. So thank you guys for joining, and I hope to have you guys join on one of our next webinars the next Thursday. Thank you so much and have a wonderful rest of your day.